Hi friends, so in this tutorial I will create a simple script that if you give it a location of a file in your file system, what it will do is that it will identify the directory name of that folder from root to that directory, or from the C drive or D drive, whatever the root of that drive is, up to the directory name, and retrieve only that part. Or if you want to retrieve only the file name, you can also use that to retrieve only the file name. So it might come in handy in different situations if you're writing long scripts or trying to identify files in a file system. There are lots of situations in which these kind of things can come in handy. So first thing that we do for this is we import the OS module, and once we do that, what we can do is let's create a variable and call it path, and now let's give it a location. So let's say that it is, in this case we are saying go to the root users MA Academy, and let's say in my documents directory there is a file called top secret.txt. So this file does not exist, but for demonstration purposes it works just fine. So I'm saying this secrets.txt file, this one, it resides in the root directory, and that resides not in the root directory. Under the root directory there is the users directory, then MA Academy directory, and then the documents directory, and under that documents directory there is this file called top secret. So what if you want to just retrieve this part of it from users up to documents, so that you can identify also the other files in there in that directory? So how do you do that is that you type in something like, let's say call it dir name, and what we do is that we are saying os.path.dir name, and then let's type in the variable called path which holds it. So now if we run this, so in here this is the path that holds this location. I'm creating another object called dir name, so I'm using the path function and the dir name function of this and then I'm passing of the OS module, and then I'm passing this path variable which holds the location, and then I'm saying print the dir name. So let's run this. Now you can see that it only identifies this directory, not the file. So now you can also input it to another function and then search for all the files in that particular directory. How do you search for that all the files in a particular directory? I will create another tutorial for it, and maybe in the next 2 or 3 tutorials I have other things to show, but then I will create a tutorial that will allow you guys to find the contents of a file, or of the contents of a directory, all the files, or maybe there are other directories inside this directory. So for that I will create a script, but for this one let's just take it like step by step, one thing at a time. So now what if you want to only find the file name? So we are not interested in this long directory, we just want the file name. So if we create another variable called file name, and then os.path, and this time instead of using this dir name you are saying use base name, and then we have to identify this path. So this is saying use the from the OS module, use the path and the base name functions, and then we are passing in this location path. So let's print this, print file name. Once we do it, so let's run it. Now you can see that it only identifies this file name, which is top secret.txt. So this is how you can identify the directory name or the file name of a given directory or file listings. So, if you have any questions or suggestions, feel free to put it in the comment section below, or if there is any particular topic that you want me to cover, you have difficulty understanding, you want me to explain it, just feel free to put it in the comment section below, and I'll see what I can do. So I'll see you guys in the next one.